this why I doesn't really, no, I don't know. People might think I'm crazy or SICK, but I don't invest a lot of energy in terms of how I does look, right? In terms of, hey, but I know I naturally pretty, right? And everybody naturally pretty, right? But I organic and I natural. I do like to invest a lot of time and energy into add-ons in terms of how I look. I mean, too much makeup, too much just dress, fashion, whatever, right? Reason being, like I was saying to myself a day, right, while I was waxing my eyebrow, I was talking to myself, right, and I was saying, hey, I was saying, hey, sometimes women just be investing all that kind of energy, time, effort, real time, right, all the time, right, into all that effort, right, to make because the man like to see it, the boyfriend, the husband like to see them look good, whatever, and they themselves like themselves to look good, right? In that way, physically attractive, right? But like in tutus, like this always happen in the world, and this always happen. This thing is always happen, right? In tutus, right? That person could just cheat on you, leave you for dead, right? And pick up somebody else, right? And be with somebody else, cheat on you, and just be with somebody else, right? Whether male or female. So as a fella too, you could be spending right hours and hours in the gym, right? Because hey, your girl, where you have a little six pack, you all look a little good, whatever, right? And you all good look good for yourself, right? And bam shot, right? Your girl just horn you, right? Just horn you with somebody that you would never think, right? You would never think. You would say, but hey, so much effort and so good I just look, right? And my girl just hold me, right? With this fella, right? And you think, what the hell is this boy? Was really life really, right? So that's why I don't really put much like I because here what, right? Your girl and your girl or your boy or your man or your woman or your wife or your husband can literally just go on you with anybody, right? Cheat on you with anybody, right? Anybody. Because everybody does have a specific requirement or was attractive to them, right? I realize that like every person does have a list in their head. They don't write it up. They don't write on a list. Oh, take the box, take the box, take the box, right? About what attractive to you, what attractive to you. It don't be a formal physical list, but in the mind, in his mind and she mind, right? She does have a list of things that even if she with you, and that's why I pro single right now, right? Even if she with you, she does have a list and he does have a list in his head about, hey, I find this attractive about this person and I don't find this attractive about this person. So even when you with somebody now, right? You just be, and even if you stay with them people for a life, right? That's what they say. Even if you live with a person for your entire life, it doesn't really know them. It doesn't really know them. Right? People that say, oh, it's only when you live with somebody, you know them. I disagree. I say you can live a whole life with somebody. I don't mean to invoke distrust in all your relationship, and but you can live a whole lifetime with somebody, right? And you can still not know that person. Trust what I'm telling you. So you can live a whole lifetime and still not know a person, right? So people let's have this mental list in their head, right? About what they find attractive, who they find attractive, and why they find that person attractive, right? Or quality or characteristic, right? And sometimes it just doesn't be you, it doesn't be me. And that is okay. And it's just how to deal with that. Right? It's okay. And it's just how to deal with that. Right? So but I just break off them thing though. Like once somebody say, hey, because I still believe in true love and I still believe in perfect fit, right? Me, right? As a lover, like as a deep lover to my core, right? I heard some people and think, but as a deep lover to my core, and I still actually believe in something called a perfect fit. Like you're a perfect fit for somebody, and somebody's a perfect fit for you, right? And people say that it's like perfect, right? But I believe that I have a perfect fit, right? For me out there, I have a perfect fit for everybody out there, right? So I believe in something called a perfected fit for somebody, right? I still believe that, right? I still trust me. I since I have about 18 years I believe and I still believe that. 17, 18 years I believe in that and I still believe that. Right? I still believe in that concept. Right? A perfect relationship fit. Right? So I don't know. So that's why if that's and that's why when I pick up or I realize, hey, if I'm in a relationship and somebody feel a little way off about me, I get done it, right? You know why? Because I don't want to spend my life being a somebody that somebody tolerated, right? I don't want to spend my life being somebody that you just tolerating for the sake of being together or because you're lonely. I rather stay alone for my life and die on my bed alone. Right? I don't want to be. I'm not settling. I'm not settling and I'm not being. And I hope people out there not settling too. right? Not settling just for anything, right? I don't want to be somebody who somebody else just tolerates and I don't really want to be with, right? I refuse to be that person. I refuse to be a person who you just tolerating, right? And I have a few things that you consider flaws in me. Now, everybody always considered human flaws, but your flaw is supposed to be perfect to your person. That is my point. That is the point that is we try to make. I never look for perfect, right? But your imperfection supposed to be so perfect for your person, right? That has been my point, right? I hate perfect things, right? But your flaws or your imperfections is supposed to be perfect for your person, right? Otherwise, fleck it. It make no sense. It don't make no sense, right? So the minute I pick up so you have an attraction to somebody else, right? I know by experience, I know what an attraction towards somebody else can ripple off into. And I say, hey, let me done that one time. I let me cut that before that. Just cut that tie one time, right? Just cut it, right? Don't even bother, right? Me are going down that road, right? You are going down that road, I are going down that road no more, right? So that is how I really feel about that thing, right? About that situation, right? So once as I pick up, right, and same thing with you and me, right? Same thing with me. If I have some kind of slight interest in somebody else, you should cut that, right? Because hey, why? What's the point? What's the point? Right? So I believe in the concept of a perfect fit, right? Perfect, right? Meaning that Allah's perfect fit, meaning that somebody that Allah pair you with, right? Whether you know or not. And that person could be anywhere in the world. But I don't know, I real particular and people out there real particular too, right? I particular like real particular. And people out there I realize particular too, right? So it has something called perfected fit where your flaws, right? Your flaws supposed to fit your partner, right? And that's perfection and your partner's flow is supposed to fit you, right? So once you find a mismatch there, right, your flow is not fitting me, it doesn't mean that I looking for perfection. If your flow is not fitting me, I just know you're fit. You understand that? Your flow is gonna fit somebody else, right? So you don't want to tell me, oh, I looking for perfection. I not. I hate perfection. Watch my videos. I hate perfection, right? But if your flaws don't fit me, it means that we're not compatible in some way. And that don't even have nothing to do with religion, right? It just means that we clash in our energies, right? Our energies, right? Something in our energy and the way that we operate, right? It is clash. And we have a personality. No, it's not personality, sir. It's an energetic clash that we just always have, right? We just always have something called anytime we meet, we have something called a energetic clash, right? And that is still some kind of argument for some reason, and that don't happen with other people, and that's what is we saying, right? So some people, your imperfection, right? It don't mean that something wrong to all you. It just means that your imperfection don't match a person, right? And in a relationship, your imperfection supposed to match a person, that person who you're with. If you with somebody, if I was somebody, my imperfection supposed to match you, and your imperfection supposed to match me, and we imperfect together, but we perfect together, right? So that's what, right? So talking about attraction, right? And when you have that perfect fit now, it doesn't have no inclination, right, towards any attraction otherwise, right? It doesn't have no inclination towards no attraction otherwise because you know, hey, well, I attracted to you, you attracted to me, and that is perfect fit, and I don't have no inclination otherwise to no attraction nowhere else, right? It don't have nothing else to rappel off into something that's fatal or could become disastrous or destructive to you or your relationship or your life, right? Or could destroy you or me, right? Good.